Well, hi everyone. I'm Brad Free. We are 2 weeks away from Breeders' Cup 2016, and a stake race on Saturday at Santa Anita might offer some clues into the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. The feature race on Saturday at Santa Anita is 6.5 furlongs down the hill. It's the $100,000 California Flag Handicap, and the reason it might offer clues to the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint is because the two key principals in the California Flag, Boozer and Richard's Boy, both finished second in Grade 3 stakes last time out that were won by leading contenders for the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. Richard's Boy finished second behind Ambitious Brew in the Eddie D Stakes. That was the first division. And Boozer finished second to Holy Loot in the second division of the Eddie D Stakes. We'll talk a little bit more about Ambitious Brew and Holy Loot a little bit later on. But first, let's take a look at Richard's Boy and his runner-up finish last time out. It was September 30th at Santa Anita, and he was forwardly placed, pressing a relatively modest pace. They only went 21-3, 43-4. Remember, it's a downhill turf sprint. Richard's Boy took the lead at the 3/16 pole, and Ambitious Brew came to his outside, wore him down, and ended up winning the race by 1 3/4 as Richard's Boy finished an okay second. Richard's Boy in the California Flag, if he runs well Saturday, he will flatter the form of Ambitious Brew. Now, that race, by the way, was run a little bit slower than the second division of the Grade 3 Eddie D on September 30th. And in race number 9, it was Boozer rallying wide on the outside to finish second behind the gray Holy Loot. Holy Loot got a great trip. He cut the corner. He's the light-colored gray down on the inside. And Boozer came to the far outside, lost a lot of ground, finished okay. Finished second. He won the photo over Guns Loaded and ran well in defeat. Both Richard's Boy and Boozer are the leading contenders on Saturday in the California Flag. In fact, Boozer is the 8-5 favorite. Richard's Boy, this 9-5 second choice. Now, one of the shortcut ways of handicapping these downhill turf sprints, it's kind of the easy way out, and that's to take these horses with established form over the course. This is a very unique course. It has a right-hand turn, an uphill dip. They actually cross the dirt track at the head of the lane, return to grass. It's a crazy configuration. It's a very unique configuration, and horses with established form on this layout often come back and run well again. But here's the problem from a wagering standpoint, is if you wait until a horse has established form on the downhill, sometimes you miss some pretty good payoffs. Let's talk about a couple of those. Richard's Boy, he has won 2 of 5 starts on the hill with a pair of runner-up finishes. The first time he won down the hill, he paid $24. Same thing with Boozer. Boozer is a bona fide horse for course. 4 for 9 coming down the hill. In his first downhill win, he paid $20.20. As for the horse for which this race is named, he is an old favorite out here in California, a horse by the name of California Flag. He won 5 of 7 starts on the hill, but in his first downhill win, all he did was pay $47.40. I'm not going to say that the horse for course angle does not have some validity, because it certainly does, but it's not the only way to cash a wager, a good ticket on a long shot coming down the hill. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the previous Breeders' Cup Turf Sprints. There have been 5 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprints at Santa Anita. The first one was in 2008. Desert Code was 3 for 5 on the hill going into the 2008 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. All he did was rally from far back under Richard Migliore and pay $75. 1 year later, it was California Flag, an established downhill veteran by that stage of his career. 2 for 4 going in, and he took care of business to win the 09 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint at $8.80. In 2012, it was a filly, Misdirection. She was 2 for 2 on the hill going in. She paid $15 and came right back the very next year with her 5 for 5 downhill record on the line, and she did it again. She won the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint for a second consecutive year. And then in 2014, it was time for a shipper. Bobby's Kitten, who had never raced down the hill, he rallied from far back and paid $16.40. Bobby's Kitten had the type of upfront running style around 2 turns that often plays very well shortening up to a sprint on this unique downhill turf course. As for the 2016 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, well, at least a couple of the leading contenders in this race, and again, we're 2 weeks out, already have that established form. We talked about one of them already, Ambitious Brew. He has won 5 of 9 down the hill. Lamato, who could be redirected into the Breeders' Cup Mile, never started on the hill, nor has a lot, a shipper from the East Coast. Holy Loot, he's 2 for 8 down the hill, and Pure Sensation, another East Coast shipper who has never started down the hill. Now, there's a couple other horses that are not on this list that I want to mention. One of them is Ohm, and the other is Obviously. They finished 2-3 in the City of Hope Mile on opening weekend of the Santa Anita Fall Meet. Ohm will pre-enter the Breeders' Cup Mile and the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. If he does not get into the mile, he'll make his downhill debut in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint with that upfront running style that should play very well coming down the hill. As for Obviously, we know how fast he is. We also know he has established downhill form. It's old form, more than 3 years old, but his 3 previous starts on the hill produced a win and 2 seconds. So watch for Ohm and Obviously. If they don't go in the Breeders' Cup Mile, they could show up in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. As for Saturday at Santa Anita, it's all about Boozer and Richard's Boy trying to validate the form of Holy Loot and Ambitious Brew. Race number 4 on Saturday at Santa Anita is the California Flag Handicap. I'm Brad Free. Thanks for watching.